Okay. Ugh, hold on. Feel like I need to cough, but there we go. Just had to force it out, like just that tickle at the back of your throat, and ah, whatever. Anyway, hello, subscribers, patrons, family, fans, followers, supporters, and generally anybody who happens to stumble across my videos. This is Johnston Blackhorse once again, coming at you live once more with another sketchbook tour. Now, this is a sketchbook tour I've been meaning to do for a while, and my first attempt was crappy because of the whole bandwidth issue and just a whole bunch of lag, which just pretty much derailed the whole thing. But this is by far the most up-to-date and complete sketchbook that I have. I do have like a number of sketchbooks still left to do tours of, and I think this is just a few of them. And I think there's one more. I just don't have it on hand right now. I think it might be in my backpack across my room. But yeah. But this is the most up-to-date and current sketchbook, or current completed sketchbook, because this was my prison sketchbook that I sketched in prison. And yeah, I know it's a notebook because in prison, well, at least the prison that I went to, you could only get notebooks off of the commissary list. And in order to get a sketchbook, you had to go through like a art course. But it had to be like a specific art course which pertained to drawings that would allow you access to purchasing sketchbooks. So, like, there are drawing classes, painting classes, leather work classes, and beading classes. Oh, and crochet classes. But out of all those, the only way you would be able to purchase a sketchbook is if you went to either the drawing class or the painting class. But those classes were like more or less few and far in between. Like I tried to get into a drawing class, but they would just kind of like just fill up in an instant. So I was more or less SOL with that. So I had to wait for a painting class to come up. So I took the painting class, went ahead and got the certificate and was able to get a sketchbook. Well, not a sketchbook, but like a drawing pad. But before I could even do any of that, I just went ahead and went on the usual commissary and just got this notebook to draw in until such time I could actually get like a real sketchbook, and that wouldn't come around till toward the end of my sentence, and that was like 2 years. Like I spent like about nearly 2 years trying to get into an art class that would allow me access to purchasing sketchbooks and just drawing materials. So yeah, it kind of sucked. Anyway, without further ado, this is my prison sketchbook, or my first prison sketchbook. I did go over like another prison sketchbook earlier in a previous one, and that was one that was made out of composite materials, so it was a contraband prison sketchbook. But anyway, here we go. As you can see here, I hope, it says Johnston Blackhorse's prison sketchbook. Dun, da, da, da. And if you can't tell by now, I have to hold my camera by hand. Usually I have this set up to where my camera is taped to like a ruler, which is also taped to the upper shelf of my desk, but unfortunately I don't have that right now because my desk is disassembled in preparation for if I'm still being evicted, I can just go ahead and just start moving right away. But anyway, sorry, I got the hiccups. Anyway, moving on. some anatomy work, facial sketches, some more face sketches. She's pretty cute. He's pretty intense. And I'd like to note that it was while I was in prison that my artistic capabilities just pretty much improved by leaps and bounds, because when I was in prison there was really not much left to do but just freaking draw my time away, and that's what I did. So to those to a lot of you who followed my art, like especially those who followed my natus_01 lowly artwork, you can see that there was a significant difference in between, like, before prison and then after prison. And well, I say after prison when it should really be during prison, because it was during prison that I started drawing really highly explicit and some of my more raunchy lowly artworks. But yeah, like all those, like some of my raunchiest artwork as natus_01, they were drawn while I was in prison. And since I had all this time to just like hone my skills in like anatomy, structure, and just drawing, like once I started getting really up there, like I just started drawing this really raunchy lowly content. And that's probably the more up-to-date lowly stuff that you will generally see if you look up my natus_01 art pseudonym. But yeah, as you can see, like I started like just doodling and sketching just a bunch of figure drawings and such. Let me just kind of get in a little closer. I would get like a lot closer, but camera, the focus tends to blur out. I think toward the end of this sketchbook, I got like you'll find like a whole lot of pages just like filled like top to bottom with a bunch of just figure drawings and lowly figure drawings too. Oh, there's one on this side. Not much going on there. Oh, these are like little doodles of myself while I was in prison. And this is when I started growing my scruff. You know, it's like beforehand I would like shave a lot, but then kind of like thinking like, you know what? I'm in prison. Like, who the frick am I trying to impress? So I just started letting my beard grow out. I only shaved it toward the end of my prison sentence. And then never bothered to shave it again after coming out of prison. This is a rough sketch of some political cartoons I started drawing while I was in prison, like kind of like drawing up or writing up this like really extensive and informative article just pertaining to sex offense laws and child pornography laws, just like stating how overblown they are. And I should revisit that article sometime. And just I noticed that there were some um, grammatical errors in a sense, because I had written the whole piece out while I was in prison and then sent it back to my sister for her to type up. And there are some grammatical errors that had come across from her um, misreading some of my words because some of the words that I wrote just aren't too legible. So there's like a slight miscommunication just due to grammatical errors and such, and like the misuse of like improper words or just misspelling of words in a sense, just kind of like making them appear as different words. Oh, Ruri Yoshino's here. She says, reminds me of Andy Anderson. Who's Andy Anderson? Oh! Okay, now I remember. Yes, Andy Anderson. What was that? What was that cartoon? Oh shoot, she's messaging me right now. There he is. Yes, I wouldn't have noticed if she had not said anything. Let me pull this up in a different window, and I can't open it. Damn it! But yeah, she's referencing like the character or the cartoon Life of Louie. It was a cartoon way back in the 90s, and it was Louie's father who was Andy Anderson. That name sounded so familiar, but didn't quite remember until Rui Yoshino just sent me a few messages and just kind of like little screenshots of the character. Anyway, let's get back to it. Here's me just kind of like getting really in-depth study of the skeletal structure. And this was only made possible thanks to my sister because she would send me like reference of the human anatomy, such as muscle structure and skeletal structure. And this is me just kind of drawing out the skeleton in just clear detail and such, just so I could have that reference at hand in this little prison sketchbook. Just want to zoom in some of the like smaller pose and figure studies. Here's me just drawing a whole bunch of faces on one page. Me playing around with some cartoony anatomy. Rui Hoshino says, I guess in prison there's no shortage of human anatomy to study. No, I'm not studying other prisoners. um, she's saying, as the guard, here you go, buddy. This one got skinned alive this morning. Oh, no, Rui Yoshino. Prison was not that vicious, at least once I got there. Like, I guess 5 years prior to me getting there, like, there were like a lot of beatings and just a lot of violent stuff that would happen. But once I got there, I guess things had really calmed down. Let me just kind of like look at another pan of this. Look at them boobies. Yeah. Woo! Woo! No, Blackhorse, calm down. That one was getting pretty lewd. Thank goodness it's just like a rough sketch. Concept Sama says, nice! Here's me just playing around with some lowly face sketches. And this was around the time where like my skills and abilities really started to amp up, because again, like I'm just drawing as much as I can all day every day while in prison. And yeah, I did have like a job in prison. I was part of the landscape crew, but whenever I wasn't working landscape, I was just freaking drawing. Just getting in there with some more female figure sketches. Oh man, I hope I'm not coming down with another cold again. Concept Sama says, "Hey Johnston, I have to do a guitar cover today with one of my songs. Should I? Oh, hey Johnston, I have to do a guitar cover today. Which one of my songs should I do?" Oh man, it's a hard question. I I don't know. I'm such a music and song philistine that I don't take note of the name of any songs that I like. If I hear it, I'll save it, but I for the life of me, I won't remember the name of the song. Here's me just kind of practicing some more lowly figure drawing. And as you can see, like it's getting pretty fleshed out, getting pretty detailed in the was it proportions and scales. And here are some furry doodles. Because around the same time, like not only was I doing like lowly drawings, I was also doing furry auctions. Like I would draw like furry art on whatever decent piece of paper I could get my hand on, and I would do furry art, send that back to my sister, and she would sell it. And that's how I would get some of my commissary. Not only would I get some commissary money for that, but I would also help her out with any rent or utilities that she needed help with. There's a Amy Rose sketch. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would appreciate that. Concept sounds the same. Ryu Yoshino says, "Nice to meet a fellow Axeman." Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, Concept Sama. Rui Hoshino also plays the guitar. Wait, I think you guys have already mentioned or like talked about that in a previous live stream chat. Chimichucks says, hashtag give Johnston his own opening song. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like if I had my own opening song, and Concept Sama has suggested that I do need music in some of my videos. Oh shoot, you know what? I had someone had given me a song a long time ago. I wonder if I can pull that up real quick. Put it on my speakers. Okay. I only have it on my iPod. Now this is a song someone had written for me like years ago. He even went out of his way to title it the Black H. short for the Blackhorse, but I'm going to go ahead and just play it. But I don't know how to like get songs off my iPod, so like here we go. Just go ahead and play it for you guys. Sweet. Yeah, that's a song someone had written for me like a friggin' long ass time ago, and I never got to do anything with it. And it would be cool if I could use that, but I don't know how to rip songs off of my iPod. You know what? I just realized that I could probably like record the song off my OBS. Oh, but that would just be through the microphone. Get a much clearer version if I could just play it from the iPod itself, but I don't know how to do that. Anyway, so as you can see from the last several pages that my ability to draw lowly figures has increased immensely. And I hope the music helped amplify a little bit of that. Hold on, I got a message. Message. Oh, sweet. Rudy Yoshino has just sent me a link of, or like a video on how to extract music from your iPod for free. Oh, hells yeah. Because there are songs on my iPod I just don't want to lose. Thanks, Rudy Yoshino. You're a doll. Ryashino says, most welcome. Try link 2 first. I shall. Because there are like a few songs on here that I want to get off of my iPod and animate. I wonder if I can find some of my old animations and post them on my YouTube. Here's some kind of like lowly figure furry sketches, or they are often referred to as cub artwork. So just cub sketches of furry figures with lowly-esque bodies. And that's just a bunch of legal stuff about the Freedom of Information Act. Here's some more cub figure sketches. And yeah, like I would draw like cream artwork while I was in prison, send that back to my sister for auction, and those would sell pretty well, fairly decently. Here is like just a whole page of just like a lot of macabre artwork. I like to dabble in the macabre every now and then. So much to the point where I think I should just start releasing like my other pseudonym. It's like the majority of the pseudonyms I have on my Patreon page are like more or less lewd or adult related. Excuse me. I do have another pseudonym, which is just relating to the macabre and horror genre. So I should maybe just start working on that one too, since I can't do porn for about 10 years. Jeez. I'm going to go ahead and play that song again, just because it sounds so epic. Cool. Some of these pages are missed out or missing. You probably use them for some classes or something. Almost done with this sketchbook. I don't know if you can tell, but like this, like a whole lot of these lowly figure drawings are lowlies with guns. Some of them seem pretty dynamic. I should just go ahead and redraw some of them. Scan these in and just kind of up the resolution and everything. Because some of these sketches are just so good. I should just take a lot of these sketches and start finishing up and posting them on a regular basis. So as you can see, this is like part of like the I would say pinnacle point of where my lowly art was really had really improved by such a huge margin. And during these sketches, this is when I was like drawing like a lowly porn and just kind of sending it back to my sister through the mail. Oh, this is the final page. And this is just cartoony sketches of me, Natus, Beehawk, and Rule 34 Rocks, just dressed in our prison khaki gear. And that's it. There's just a rough doodle here, but nothing much to see. And that is the end of this sketchbook tour. And this will be the last sketchbook tour for a while until I can complete more sketchbooks. And as I've shown, I do have several sketchbooks in the works, but some of them are they're still being worked on. Some of them are close to completion, and some still have a long way to go. But next time I complete a sketchbook, I'll go ahead and do a sketchbook tour. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this sketchbook. This is like the more recent, current, and up-to-date completed sketchbook that I have. So it was pretty cool just watching the progress from just kind of like I would say like somewhat my mediocre before prison-esque quality, and it just kind of like really ramped up here toward the end, especially with the like dynamic figure drawing. So that was pretty cool to look at. Rudy Hashino is sending hearts. Cool, thank you. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please click that like button, share this video, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you want to support the creation of more videos like this, I have a Patreon page. It's the address is right here. This isn't a link, mind you, but yeah, it's patreon.com/Johnston Blackhorse. and you can go there, check out what you can see. There's a lot of free art content there, and if you like what you see, then consider clicking that become a patron button. And I also have a lot of art websites, DeviantArt, Furfinity, and Ink Bunny, and also my own personal blog, Johnston Blackhorse, the one and only .blogspot.com. And there's a lot more free art content there. And mind you, the free artwork that you see there, the high resolution versions of those pieces are available on my Patreon page to patrons only. And if you do consider like clicking that become a patron button, you also get access to my patron only my Patreon Discord channel. And I usually am a little more active on those channels compared to the other channels. And remember, if Patreon's not your thing, then I also have a GoFundMe account, and all those relevant links are linked in the description section below. So if you still want to send me a few bucks here or there, just visit my GoFundMe and toss me a bit of change or a dollar or whatever. Anyway, hope you like this video, and I know it's going to be the last like sketchbook tour in a while, but I still do plan to make weekly how to art videos focusing on suggested characters and such. So yeah, until then, and I really do appreciate interacting with all the people who participated in the chat today. Like sometimes I forget to like acknowledge you people, but like fucking you guys are awesome. Rodi Hashino, who has become a usual staple here at these video chat sessions. Concept Sama pops in whenever he can, but like always appreciated. Chimichucks. Yeah, and there's Rui Yoshino flexing our muscles. Oh, check the flex. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks to all of you, and I'll check you. I guess I'll check you in the next video, and I can only do one thumbs up because the other hand is holding the camera. Okay, here we go. Here's the other one. Yeah, check y'all later. Sweet. Bye.